This is my third visit, and every time I come I see so much more done. I mean, it's the work is really getting on so quickly, and things this time that I hadn't seen before, like the children's play area out in the balcony and that. And I think it's a beautiful building. It's it has made good use of local materials, and the fact that it's very eco-friendly. It's using green energy. I think this is really such a brilliant investment in the people of Fermanagh and Tyrone. But not only that, it'll reach out to Sligo, to Cavan, to Leitrim, and it'll create a centre of excellence for health in the West that I believe we deserve and are entitled to. And I think this hospital delivers. So it's very, very exciting. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's great to see the new hospital site here developing so well, and I must say it's a great ambassador actually for the rest of Northern Ireland. It's been talked about right throughout Northern Ireland and indeed further afield. We've been on site here today, and it's a few months from I've been here. I have to say that the work has progressed significantly from I was here last, and it's great to see it starting to take shape and actually get a flavour of what it's going to be like as a finished product next year.
It's funny you say that, because it does have a more individual feel to it. I suppose the single room occupancy leads to that sense in it, rather than the ward and the multiple room occupancy. But there's no doubt about it. There's a great feeling when you come into the hospital. You can just imagine the brass cladding or the bronze cladding, whatever it is going to go onto that entrance when it is. It's welcoming you, it's drawing you in, and it seems to be part of the community here, and that's what we want it to be.
Absolutely. We've started planning for it. We're really looking forward to getting over there. It will be great to be here. If I can say, it is an opportunity, and there are very few opportunities in health to actually work in a brand new facility, and it's a great opportunity for people in this area, and we are to a man looking forward to it, or a lady.
The staff and patients are operating this as a major medical facility, that safety is paramount. All the systems have to work, so there's a huge commissioning process goes on here. There's huge complexity if you look around, up in the ceilings and behind the walls and that sort of thing. A huge number of what people would describe as pipes and cables and cable trays holding all sorts of things, and that's a huge part of this. A build like this, which is 3 years long, I've said to various people, it's not linear in nature. The actual last 12 months is hugely complex compared to the first 24 months because of the proving that has to be done, because we have to ensure that when the button's pressed or the switch is thrown, that those things actually work. So as well as having all the stuff you'd expect in terms of an office block or a retail outlet, it's far more complex in terms of services, and that's the major difference in my view.
We're absolutely delighted with it, absolutely delighted with the progress. Despite all of the inclement weather that there was at the start of the project, to be back on track, both in terms of timescale and cost and everything else, is just tremendous. And for anybody that knows the Erne Hospital really well, I mean, our people really have struggled to provide the very best quality of service because of the limitations around the existing accommodation, because it's an old building and really is well past its sell-by date. So to see this rising up out of the ground at the speed with which it is gives clinicians and all of the healthcare staff working in this part of the world great hope for the future. The success of projects like this are very much dependent not only in terms of the conditions of contract that form the PFI project itself, but more importantly, or equally as importantly, on the relationships that are developed as part of the process. And we have developed very good open book relationships on both sides, which are clearly focused on providing this flagship development, and I think that augurs well for the future as well. But we were very clear from the outset that in terms of social and economic regeneration, that we would make this project contribute to the local social and economic regeneration of this area in terms of employment opportunities, in terms of subcontractors coming from the immediate area and so on. And in all of those respects, the PFI company have been working very closely with us and ticking all of those boxes.